There is Life After Miscarriage by Annmarie Kelly Harbaugh. It has been 4 years since the miscarriage, and I have never written a word. It's not because of grief. I have been sad sometimes, but days here are already quite full, and I have the other children tumbling about. It is not because I'm shy. As writers go, I am confessional and self-effacing. Some say unnecessarily so. I am not afraid to talk about fear or nakedness or the unsettling bald patch forming just to the left of where I part my hair. No, it is not sadness or timidity. I have not written about the miscarriage because I feel shame. I blame myself. I think maybe it was my fault. I did not trampoline or drink wine like I did during my first pregnancy. I did not use a nasal spray or sneak sushi like I did during the second. I did not even binge on chocolate cake the way I seem to when I'm even considering being pregnant. But I must have done something, because that baby died inside of me, and I have kept it a secret for a long time. Even the name itself, miscarriage, suggests fault. There was a misstep, misconduct, some miscalculation. I did not carry that baby like I should have. Was it the heavy trash bag I lifted that rainy Tuesday? The bending over to pick up Legos on the living room floor? The bag of chips in the snack cabinet high above my head? I am troubled by the mistake, even though I don't know what it was. I am seldom euphoric at the start of my pregnancies. If anything, I am astounded by how not pregnant I feel in those early weeks and months. There is no kicking, little heartburn, and I seldom suffer from morning sickness. But I was particularly attached to this unborn child. I found out I was pregnant the weekend my grandfather passed away. Aside from my husband, my grandpa was the first person I told. He was unconscious at the time, his breathing labored, his skin feathery and pale. Hospice had already been called in. Most of the family was there at the old house by the train tracks, rotating in to say our goodbyes. I sat by my grandfather's bed, held his cool hand, and told him about the baby we were expecting. If he kept my secret, I said, maybe we would name it after him. He did keep the secret. He died early the next morning. Less than 2 months later, the baby died too. We planted an azalea, my husband and I, after it was all over. A beautiful coral one. When it flowered, we would sit on the front porch and remember the child that was ours for a bit, and then wasn't. When we sold that house and moved across the country, we agonized over whether to bring the small tree with us. The journey would be long, the truck hot, and we did not know if our new climate would be a good fit. I did not want to kill the only thing we had left, our living symbol of the child we lost. In the end, we left it. But I think of him sometimes. In my mind it was a boy, though we never knew for sure. I think of our tree baby, alone in the yard of a stranger, and I know we made the wrong choice. We should have kept him with us. No matter the risk, we should have tried harder to make conditions right for him. But of course we couldn't. That's the way it is with trees, and sometimes pregnancies. Bodies know. They know better than we do when to hold on and when to let go. I find this frustrating. I think that I should be in charge of my body. I should be the boss. Families who have endured a miscarriage are seldom counseled through the process. Funerals and firings are public knowledge, but this is a loss we sweep under the rug. We tiptoe when we need to scream. My OBGYN quietly canceled my remaining appointments. I switched doctors soon after and never went back to that office again. But I have carried the sorrow. For years, I have felt haunted by the child who never arrived. Our minivan could comfortably hold another. Tables are made for even-numbered families. When the sun shines on the empty seat in our breakfast nook, I swallow back tears. So I speak today to anyone who has ever held this heartache. You did not miscarry anything. You did not do anything wrong. Your body chose this ending. Your body knew the path. It is okay to be sad or angry for as long as you need, but do not sit in silence. Do not weep in shame, because this was not your fault. This was never your fault.